Hello everyone. Would you believe it if someone told you that the food you eat may possibly be the very thing holding you back from achieving your dreams? Sounds unbelievable, right? But if you understand the law of attraction, this will make perfect sense. Let's talk about manifestation speed, the rate at which your desires become reality. At its core, this speed is determined by the fire you bring to the process. As you can see on the screen, fire stands for focus, intensity, retention, and energy, the four key ingredients responsible for the speed at which you manifest. Each is measured on a scale from 1 to 10, then multiplied together. The result is a fire score ranging from 0 to 10,000. A fire score of 1 means manifestation is virtually impossible, and a fire score of 10,000 would mean instant manifestation. A fire score of 0 means the person is no longer alive. Now, here is the game changer. The food you consume directly impacts your fire. If what you eat disrupts your focus and retention, drains your energy, or dulls your intensity, it can significantly weaken your manifestation power, keeping your dreams just out of reach. We'll break down the full fire formula in our advanced manifestation lessons, but for now, we'll start by exploring the wellness aspect of it. If your body isn't operating at peak performance, neither is your ability to manifest the life you desire. Before we proceed, please watch our previous videos on YouTube to fully grasp the context of this chapter. Remember, all our chapters are sequentially numbered and listed on YouTube as a playlist. In this chapter, we will explore some of the culprits that reduce our fire score and therefore reduce our ability to manifest our dreams and desires. Health, wellness, peace, prosperity, happiness, and success all start from within. Yet many overlook the fact that every bite of food, every sip of liquid, and every nutrient we consume directly impacts how we feel, think, and even our lifespan. Over the past 25 years, groundbreaking scientific research has revealed profound effects of food, liquids, and nutrients on our well-being. Everything we put into our bodies either fuels our fire or reduces it. That's why our upcoming chapters will first focus on identifying and eliminating the zombie makers that diminish our fire. That step alone results in drastic improvement for many. Next, we'll dive into how to ignite and sustain our fire with high-quality foods, nutrients, and hydration. Finally, we will explore powerful practices that can profoundly elevate your wellness and your manifestation speed. So let's begin. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, known as the FDA, has officially revoked authorization for FD&C red number 3 in our food, medicine, and supplements after long-standing concerns about its health risks. While this synthetic food color was already banned from cosmetics and topical drugs over 35 years ago due to cancer risks, it has remained in our food, medicine, and supplements for over a century. Initially introduced as a cheap and vibrant coloring agent, red number 3 persisted in countless products. Studies have indicated that high levels of it can lead to thyroid tumors in lab animals through a hormonal mechanism. From breakfast cereals to the candies that children love. From baked goods to seasonal treats, fruit-flavored snacks, frozen desserts, and even medications and vitamins, virtually every major food and pharmaceutical brand has used this controversial color in their products. The full ban will not take effect until 2028, meaning red number 3 will continue to be consumed by many until then. Many of us probably had many doses of this zombie maker throughout our lives. And this is not the only one. Here is a short list of just 11 zombie makers that have been banned by the FDA. In this picture, I have highlighted why they were banned. While some people are upset that red number 3 remained in our food supply for such a long time, despite early warnings from the scientists and wellness advocates, our reaction is different. We choose to appreciate and applaud the FDA for this ban. These actions reflect the FDA's commitment to reevaluating food additives as new scientific evidence emerges to ensure public safety. In the USA alone, over 10,000 chemical substances are approved for use in food, yet only a few undergo rigorous long-term clinical trials to assess their true safety. The reality is that no one has the time, money, or resources to individually evaluate them all. This is exactly why, in our previous chapter, we emphasized a crucial truth. Wellness is a personal responsibility. More importantly, we highlighted the value of a common sense approach to wellness. So, what is the common sense approach when it comes to food additives? Here's our perspective. I grew up in a family of incredible cooks. From my grandmother to my mom, my sisters, and Soni, each of them capable of making mouth-watering meals without ever needing any chemical additives. Yet, in stark contrast, as you can see on the ingredient labels, most products are loaded with chemical preservatives, flavor enhancers, artificial colors, sweeteners, emulsifiers, thickeners, and acidulants. Why? Wellness advocates claim that it is so because these publicly traded food companies are under relentless pressure to deliver year-over-year growth. If they don't, shareholders panic, stock prices drop, and jobs are lost. Therefore, to ensure continuous growth and profits, they must reduce costs while still making their products chemically and visually irresistible. And the most common method to do that is by mixing cheap ingredients with addictive and irresistible food additives. If that is true, then how can we get the food companies to prioritize our wellness over profits? Here is a thought. What do you feel when you see this lineup of desserts? Some people may feel the irresistible urge to try them all because of their pre-existing addiction to food additives, visual appeal, and attractive presentation, while others may be repelled by seeing not just red number 3, but a whole cocktail of zombie makers in this lineup of desserts that clearly lacks nutritional value. What if everyone made their purchase decisions purely based on nutritional value and not based on addiction to food additives, visual appeal, or attractive presentation? Would the food companies prioritize our wellness then? Yes, they will, because they are closely monitoring how customers make their buying decisions. This is not just a theory. As you can see in this next picture, wellness-based purchase decisions are the reason why some food companies have already switched to natural alternatives for color, such as beet juice, turmeric, or spirulina extract. This is why our previous chapter on making decisions based on relevant criteria is vitally important to understand. The common sense approach that we adopted was to read ingredient labels and eliminate anything with food additives. Decades ago, when we first started, this approach was daunting. It meant eliminating nearly all packaged foods and completely rethinking our meals, snacks, and dining habits. Traveling became even harder since we had to plan ahead, always carrying our own snacks and meals. Yet, we strictly followed this routine until retirement because achieving our dreams was a higher priority than processed foods. Looking back, this simple yet powerful approach was instrumental in fueling our fire and turning our dreams into reality. We will eventually share our wholesome snack and meal recipes as we continue this journey together. But for now, keep this in mind when reading ingredient labels. Nutrition comes from nature. If a product's ingredient list is a long paragraph filled with unrecognizable chemical names, chances are it is a zombie maker. Take a look at this label. How many ingredients actually come from nature? Now, compare it with this one, with only 2 natural ingredients. The difference is clear. We are very thankful that choosing clean products is so much easier now than when we first started. It is a direct result of how wellness advocates make their buying decisions. There is a misunderstanding among those that learn the law of attraction regarding eating from the place of alignment. Let's clarify that. The vibration of alignment for someone on vibrational island 20 is very different than the vibration of alignment for someone on vibrational island 1. If they both eat something loaded with zombie makers, their bodies will produce 2 different outcomes, even if they both consider themselves to be in alignment. The definition of what is considered alignment and the vibration associated with it is different on each vibrational island. Much simpler way to understand this is by remembering what we explained in the previous chapter. 2 people can eat a tub of ice cream loaded with zombie makers every day and experience completely different outcomes, because how their bodies respond depends on their default vibration, genetics, practice vibration, heritage, collective vibration, environment, and lifestyle choices. So, the next logical question is, just how many harmful additives are still lurking in our foods that could take years to ban? Stay tuned, and we will reveal more in the upcoming chapters. Before we conclude this chapter, a big shout out to Sarah. We love all that you are and all that you're becoming. We are harmonious branches of the same luminous tree, eternally bound together by love.
Thank you, Matt, for sharing this information. To those listening, sharing is caring. Share this video with someone in need and brighten their day.
This publication is protected by U.S. and international copyright laws with all rights reserved. It is free to share and only personal, non-commercial use in its original form without any edits is allowed. For commercial use permit, visit sonymattandsource.com. No part of this publication may be reproduced by any mechanical, photographic, or electronic process, or in the form of a phonographic recording, nor may it be stored in a retrieval system, transmitted, or otherwise be copied for public or private use, other than for fair use as brief quotations embodied in articles and reviews without prior written permission of the publisher. The creators of this publication do not dispense medical advice or prescribe the use of any technique as a form of treatment for physical or medical problems without the advice of a physician, either directly or indirectly. Any information in this publication is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Consult your physician before beginning any diet, nutrition, or fitness plan or lifestyle changes. The intent of the creators is only to offer information of a general nature to help you in your quest for emotional and spiritual well-being. In the event you use any of the information in this publication for yourself, the creators and the publisher assume no responsibility for your actions, and you agree to release the creators and the publisher from any and all liabilities.